Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. So there is a slight change in plan today. Due to an unfortunate bout of the plague, Urban Hangman will not be able to join us for Scholastic today. So as replacement programming, we are going to be playing some Nightingale and continuing with our solo run of it. So yeah, we're just gonna be hanging, having a grand old time, and yeah, continuing towards the Hallowed Moor, which has a couple of my favorite NPCs in the game, and I actually haven't gotten much further than that in this. Again, this is an early access game, and I haven't gotten all the way through the base campaign yet. So let's get to it. So as you can see, if the game wants to cooperate, I did a little bit of offline crafting with all that tier 3 essence we got, and gave our guy a really gaudy but high stat outfit for magic. I believe our hat is actually tier 4. Because one of the rewards for one of the quests we did last time was a whole bunch of gold. I was able to use a little bit of that to get the hat to a higher tier. Which is, I believe, gives us a plus 80% bonus to our magic power, in addition to our other clothes and weapons. Also upgraded some of our gear, too. I think after we get to the Hallowed Moor, too, we get access to better gear, which we should be able to start mining stuff that requires a gear score of 100 or better. Theoretically. So yeah, I have two portals over there. One's a Herbarium realm, the other is a Desert Provisioner realm I was trying to farm off of. Trying to find gold and such. No such luck getting any more, but we still have a little bit left over. Anything else I need to put away? Oh, some bones that we don't need. But I think, too, now that we're starting to get to the point where it might be wise to start making some outposts, might want to think about making a Pepis box. Which, they gotta get some magical structures. Hope I'm doing this in the right direction. Okay, gotta grab a Synchronous Lotus. And I think for our structures that we want to build in Gloriana's tiers, I'm gonna need 2 more. So 3 Synchronous Lotuses. Lotuses? I'm going with Lotuses. I'm still feeling a little under the weather, so I am a smidge loopy, so we are going to be very silly today. And as you can see, we got a new sword too. It's the Dauntless Sword. It's got a little bit of a, well, a little bit of a weak flamberge, which is like a flame-shaped blade, is the term for it. Ah, it's backwards. There we are. And it's not cramped in there? Okay. Good for now. I think what we're gonna do is throw in enough that we can make crafting stations and kind of skip ahead a couple of tiers when we make an outpost. Because I think the first one we're going to do is move a lot of this farming stuff into a Herbarium realm and slap a greenhouse card on it, so that way we're not spending as much time trying to grind for all the food and fiber we need for our clothes and our gullet. But we're also going to need enough to build a Pepis box and a lodestar in Gloriana's Tears. So let me put that reminder right there. And let's see what we're going to need for some basic Tier 3 building materials. So I think 3. Right, so I don't really need the alchemical boiler. So I'm gonna need some etched ingots. Alright, where'd I put my pen? Oh, here we go. We'll start that out as 5. Enchanter's Focus, I really only need that here. Masonry bench. That's that. Etched ingot 7. Carved wood 2. Okay. Excellent mortar station. Yeah, if we're doing an agriculture outpost, we're gonna need that. So carved wood 4. Etched ingot 9. Carved stone 3. Excellent saw table, absolutely. So that's going to be another 2 etched ingots, so 11. Carved wood, that's another 2, so 6. Sewing bench, don't need that there. Smelter, wouldn't be bad to have one there. So that's another 5. So that brings us to 16. Excellent tanning station. So that's another 2. So 18 etched ingots. Another 2 carved wood, so 8. Textile station, probably gonna need a workbench, yeah. So what I'm thinking is we put enough in the Pepits box for like 2 rounds of like the base amount. Actually, wait a minute. I think... yeah, those are really the main ones we need for building, though. Oh, no, because cloth. Well, I can just put a bunch of crude cloth in there. That would actually be fine. Alright, so let's see. Etched ingot 10. Let's move 18. Carved stone, I need 3. Now let's just go double just cause. Carved wood. Where did I put that? Carved wood. Alright, I need 6 more, I believe. Should have some in here. Yes. 7, 6. That brings us to 8. Alright, so the next time we are going to make an outpost, all we need to bring with us is enough to make a Pepis box. Which, speaking of, we need 4 lumber, which we can grab right here. You know what? 7 lumber. Nice, lucky number 7. There we go. Blue cloth. Not here. Not a ton, so let's go upstairs and make some. That way we'll be able to make, like, tents and such. Red would actually be useful. You know what? Hang on. Yeah. Let's make 100 thread. Throw the rest of that in there later. Alright, there we go, and then the rest we can just collect on site. The only thing that would help is probably just a bunch of lumber. Because, yeah, for the things, yeah, I'll only need 2 of those for Gloriana's Tears. Alright, what do I need? So, 2 for the Lodestar. Okay. Then 3 wire and 1 etched ingot. No extra wire? There, some extra wire. Make sure I got the right amount. 1 for the Lodestar, 2 for the Pepis box. Alright, now we're ready to go back to Gloriana's Tears. I'm leaving this here to remind myself I need to make more Spirus mushrooms. And yes, I realized I've been mispronouncing that the whole time. Spirus, not Spris. I just completely forgot there was a second Y in the word. I will always admit when I'm wrong, even when it's silly. Mainly because I said up front it's going to be silly today. Very silly. Gloriana's Tears. Yep, let's go. But yeah, already with just the greenhouse card and like I think I had 21 Spirus seeds, I was able to get like 160 something mushrooms using Oberon's bounty on my sickle. And that was insane. Because I ended up having to use a crystal for the Magician's hat. The Magic Ian's hat. Haha. So I ended up making a focus crystal with fossilized ichor, which is a high tier drop from bound enemies. And using the Spyros mushrooms to make some ink. And that's one of the reasons why the magic stat in my hat is so good. Speaking of, yeah. It's the... And plus it dropped some Fabled Carnute leather with gold reinforcement. So yeah, 80 magic power. Oh yeah, that's how I was able to get the 4th tier on it, was because of the fossilized ichor, Ethereum glass that I used to make the ink, and the Fabled Carnute leather that I looted. And I did alter the color just to get some depth on it. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I gotta rename the cat because Earl Grey, his lordship, won the naming contest on the Discord. And if you're sitting here right now, don't forget to put in chat what we should name our pet rabbit, because that's the next one on the docket. Boing. Alright. Climbing. That way, next time we get into this realm, which I think we're going to need to kind of do a bit of back and forth for these next few quests, we don't need to climb up that wall every 2 seconds. Alright, let's see. Rename. Lies cap. There, now we'll be able to get right back here. Because up next, I believe we're going to do the somber side of power so we can get to the Hallowed Moor. Where, yeah, it's right over here. Now I can take this off, now that we can get right there. Cool. Right, let's get ourselves oriented. Oh, I gotta get all the way up there? Oh, I see. There's a little stair right there. Just gotta get up that massive pillar. Not a problem. And I got stuck on a rock. Okay. Yeah, there's a little stair right there. Okay, so... Oh yeah, the knight is going to be all the way down there. There's a couple of scarabs. They're probably going to aggro onto us the minute we get anywhere near them. Unless we can sneak. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Oh, the detail is a little scorpion on the ground. Yep. They aggroed on the Franklin. I must save our valet! Well, waste not, want not. Too bad none of them are fabled. Because they actually have good stats. The Capri Scarab. Oh, let me up! Let me up! Alright, make sure I'm going in the right direction here. Yeah, so that's off in that direction. When did I die? Oh, right, I died collecting materials. That was stupid. I kind of fell from a distance onto something that Franklin couldn't reach. Okay, yeah, so that's the site of power. It was very stupid. Don't do that. Hello? Oh, I kind of gotta go up and around. It looks like there's a couple ways I can do this. Good shot, Franklin. Hello, is there any evil thing threatening to gouge out my eyes and maybe feast on my liver? There he is! This is why I like the shockwave spell. It's really fun on a sword. Just plow through everything. There was a chest over here somewhere. Ah, yes. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, shit. Nope, nope. Well, that would have been unfortunate. Charm of the Herbivore. Oh, I'm not really going to use that. Charm of Patience. I will use that, though. Charm of the Herbivore, basically, like, it gives you slightly better stats, but penalizes you for eating meat. So basically, vegan with a prejudice. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just not my playstyle. Tanya's Crown. Hunger Potion. Alright. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, let's get the... Lotus chest. Two. 3. Let's get up over here. Hopefully this should get us a view of everything. Okay, let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3. One. Two. There's one on the other side here. Oh no, come on. Alright, well, here we go. Oh, thank you for redeeming Hydrate, and hello, Bug. Traveling hysterectomy. Congrats on the interesting name to make me do a head turn. Hello, and welcome in. Kill bound Night Sentinel. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Alright, well. Let's eat all the good dishes. And hopefully not die. Whee! Oh, hi! Uh-oh. Oh, hello. So they're coming from somewhere. Oh, more friendlies. Alright, where the hell is Franklin? Franklin, what are you doing? He appears to be stuck. Right, is that anyone else? Nope. I think we've plowed through all of them. Oh, that's blood. Oh, okay, I see. How lovely. Okay, so not through here, I'm guessing. How the hell do I get through here? From the pedestal. Which pedestal? I am looking for the pedestal. Unless I'm just blind, which is always a possibility. Oh, yes, I am blind. That is the possibility. The tiny, narrow doorway. Blade-bound sentinel. Ooh, okay. Hilt-bound sentinel. Ingot-bound sentinel. Ooh. The Hallowed Moor progression. And hold more major realm card. Nice. There's. We can go to the Hallowed Moor. Woo! Alright, well, only that. Oop. Is my game frozen or my mouse frozen? Why are you not working? Alright, well, let me find a thing I can use to charge my mouse. Oh no. Not my mouse. Another one of these you can plug into? Alright. 1 second, guys. I will be right back while I do some technical fixing. Stay tuned. Alright, everyone, and welcome back. Our mouse is not dead. We have resuscitated it, and we can continue. Alright, so we must... Oh, we have new rumors before we head to the new realm. Now we should probably go back and rename our cat, too. Still gotta get rid of that second house. I want to rebuild it. It's kind of like a laboratory building for our gates. Oh, and I overshot it. Oh, nope, oh, oh, okay. Whee! Wilhelmina Sassa, as apparently it's pronounced. Ah, you again, always a pleasure. Hoping to make a trade, or are you just here to talk? Heard any rumors? Always. Something particular you're looking for? Anyone notable out in the realms? Oh, I've heard tell of one more than notable. Infamous, in fact. A monstrous doctor, excommunicated from even the most sinister sects of the Hermetics for his mad delusions of godhood. Hidden away in the Hallowed Moor, Victor Frankenstein himself stalks the sands, looking for yet more corpses to desecrate in pursuit of his unholy ends. Okay, we know that's not true. Well, the second part, anyway. Anyone else? Now here's a report I can scarcely believe. Skulking about the Hallowed Moor, the mad poet himself, Edgar Allan Poe. Though my informant spoke to him most clearly, he stared right through them, seized by some terrible otherworldly affliction. But we have a true encounter with a man 40 years dead, or some rather deranged impostor. I suppose you have to see for yourself. Yeah. No, I'm not excited whatsoever. I don't know what you mean. Okay. That's all for now. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna tell her about Bass Reeves. That's just unfair to the lawman. And we already know she's kinda disreputable. I love the details too. When it's raining, you can actually see the water moving off the rocks. He's the dog. And also, don't forget, if you want to name the rabbit, put some in chat, and we'll do a poll later. But, as we now have a name for our pet cat, as the poll has been decided... Oh, nope, we don't want to rest in the cat's bed. Imagine us trying to rest in the cat's bed. The cat is now his lordship, Earl Grey. And that's a good boy, Earl Grey. Yeah. Yes, his lordship, proudly surveying his domain. Alright, now for the Hallowed Moor. Woo! Here we go. Star added. Those. So yes, we're in another swamp realm. Bound resource yields, so yeah, we're in a bound realm. Battlefield card. Slight stealth increase, decrease yield of natural resources. got a bunker. Quest over yonder way. Quest over this away, and that away. So, might as well make the... You know what? Let's do counterclockwise. Or wait, which one's closest? Yeah, because we're gonna run probably right through a bunch of infestations if we go that way. So let's do, yeah, counterclockwise instead of clockwise. Because everything in this realm is going to be a little higher level than us. So we're going to have to pick and choose our fights. This might be a new resource, actually. Oh, hello.
The Hallowed Moor, a place the Summer Court has not deigned to visit in millennia. Mind your steps in this land of turmoil, as forsaken constructs yet linger. Flesh and metal warring in the name of those who gave no thought to their endless servitude. Given your people's precarious position, it would behoove you to seek what knowledge you can of this place. There is much to be learned from the enduring artifacts of a time when fragile peace prevailed, and the actions that led it to crumble.
Whee! Alright, so I gotta find Unending War books. Alright, so there's 3. And 3 ruins. I think after we meet all of these quest givers, we'll go and check those out. And hope for the best. I do want to see what this is. I want to say this is Arium. I can't remember. Yep. And this is going to make us some really good weapons coming up. Even at reduced output. Because what, I think this is Pursuit? Yes. You could always change the minor card, but why would I want to do that? I like the challenge. Also, hi, Coriana. I believe this is your first time in, so welcome in. Ooh, granite. And we'll just give most of this to Franklin. Right, I probably should have dropped most of this off. And we'll be fine. So, what does granite give us? Melee damage. I'll keep that in mind. When we're enchanting stuff, that'll actually be useful for making crystals, probably. Some more advanced U. That's so high! That's a galumph. Oh, hi. declining away. Escape! Oh, those are fish goats. We're fine. Oh, what do we got here? Chamomile. I don't think we have that, but I believe that's tier 1. Hope you don't mind me pilfering your garden. I have many of these already. Potato, which we already have. Wheat, which we already have. Always use delphinium. Ooh, onion. Always use more of those. That's more potato and onion. Yeah. I'm not gonna go overboard like I almost always do. It's the popper! Franklin, I was trying to pet the dog. My God, Franklin. Right, anyway, Danu. Are you lost, little one? Lost in more ways than one. Lost, I prefer temporarily diverted. Little one, my size is relative. Lost in more ways than one, I'm afraid. I did not mean to offend. Only I don't see any of your tribe looking to speak with mine anymore. Lost or little, it matters not. In your tongue I am called Danu, Archdruid of the Grendels. What bids you across my path? Well, I mean, we know what the Grendels are, but let's go do the story stuff. A Grendel is what I am, such as you are. What you are. Yet what I am is also tall and devoted to the mire. Your tribe sought to brand me swamp giant. Quite literal thinkers, yours are. I seek a Fey article held by sun giants. Skyfallers. Why? I plan to kill what? No. A sun giant article can help me reach a place known as the Watch. The Watch. A haven since we lost our home, a sanctuary for humanity after the calamity, until it's my best shot at surviving this havoc. A sanctuary for humanity after the calamity. So much changes so quickly. Sorrows bloom like summer bulbs. I too know of loss, unimaginable loss by Fey hands. Tell me, how was your home disappeared? The pale mist, you must have heard. The pale, yes, though it's been ages since I heard tell of its reaching fingers. Even the Fey know not its origins, but some courts manipulate it to their wills. Will you help me? Your plight is one I understand, but my thinking fails me. This awful tune, my head is much too full, too loud. What tune? I don't hear anything. To be unaware. Benison or malison. The realms sing with many different voices. They cry aimlessly, but reach me. Cacophonous chants, ever present, yet afar. One must learn to dim the glut. I am no fledgling, still. I find myself trapped by this raucous, desperate tune, demanding to be heard. Go, little one, I must rest. Ooh. If you shared your troubles, I might be able to help you. Help? Skinlings like you wield ignorance like a blade. Yet one is not the whole. This I know. This I know. And a good deed, a trust maker. If your promise yields fruits, my friendship I will offer. Alright, just don't pay attention to all your onions and potatoes I stole. Those are gonna make a nice lunch. Anyway. You can trust my promise, Danny. My whole life, I've chased the same scattered melody, hoping to hold pieces of my lost home. This song is familiar, as much a part of me as the moss on my back. Now it hollows, akin to a missing limb. I can no longer reach it. I can only hear these images, a dissonant, endless tune. Excuse me, you hear these images? Always. Countless they are. Greedy. Oh, it slipped my mind. Man cannot see sounds as Grendel's can. Life without sound sight must be lesser. Okay, look. You mean your home is a melody? The song Grendel's follow is called Mind Adref. We see its rhythms as you see trees. It was sung to me by my mother and her mother before her. This now shattered canticle is our shattered home. Just as your world has been rended, so too was mine. But ours was spread to the edges of all plains. What I have collected of it is bore in the moss upon my back, within my lungs, a song half sung. And tell me more. All songs have their purpose, loud or silent. But this song is full of sorrow, a lure from man, desperate and lost. Promise and failure again and again. Plim, plum, plim, plim. Plum. They ring from place of battle, torment. But I go not where Fey have been. I cannot make it stop. I'll scout the area for you. Yes. Silence the echoes. Return, and my thinkings will be clearer. I'll do what I can. It's the dachshund. It's the little boy. Ooh, I want a lamp like that. Miser's lamp, okay, and an Art Nouveau table. Oh, they got little harpies on the two-headed show. Oh, okay, yeah, I gotta build some of these. Hopefully I can get some of these later. Like, yeah, some cooking station or the lavish fireplace tools. That would be fun. Because I don't think I've ever been to the watch in this game. Tulip! Oh, I don't have one that can get 100. Danny's Cauldron. Yeah, I don't have one that can get 100 yet. That's unfortunate. Probably will once I get the next ones. Because what... We did unlock the Mystic tier. Blunderbuss, shotgun... Generally like the bolt action because they have a higher magazine. So, I mean, we have... Yeah, we should have enough to get a decent amount. Yeah, cut gem. Alright, so we'll learn the Mystic Axe Pick. The sword. I know we're gonna need a sickle for some of this. We're gonna need to unlock this to get Danu's Cauldron. Whatever that is. Let's get the traversal tools, the umbrella, and the climbing picks. Probably do the better part of that off stream. So I want to try and get some more gold. If not, I'll just use silver. It's not the end of the world. Mystic Revolver. Just get those available. And we're gonna need some more essence, but that's fine. Loom and hunt. So that's what's available. Any interesting spells? Ooh. Report damage, that would be good. Most of these spells are useful to some degree, but in specific situations. Ooh, Charm of the Arcane. Ooh, that would actually be really useful. Especially going with a magic build. Alright, well. We'll look through some of those after. What is it on to? Okay, there we go. Now we got it. And get some of these food items too. Beautiful. I think some of these are actually pretty good. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we'll play around with those. Meat, raw fish, oil marinade. Raw mushroom. Yeah, oh, the beef Wellington, that would actually be really good for that. Alright. Yeah, we'll play around with those. Okay, well, on to the next one. Get all these quests going. Orient ourselves. Yeah, here we are. that's another galumph. I don't know if they're predatory or not, actually. Some harpies off in that direction. Grendels, but that's fine. Okay, I'm guessing that's Victor Frankenstein, and Eep is a ground poe. Okay. Those are fish goats. They're fine. Don't worry about collecting resources later. Whee! Ow. That have been St. Clair? Why did that name ringing a bell? I'll have to look that up in a minute. Oh, bless your beating heart, Realm Walker. I'm afraid this is an ugly fuss you've come across. I'm grateful someone's finally bobbed up. Alright, give me a second. Okay, yeah, no, the name just sounds familiar. It's not anyone as far as I'm aware. Okay. Awful, what is a poor soul? Sounds as though they're about to give up the ghost. The grating sound of misery, if I've ever heard it. Awful, what ails that poor soul? Brave soul teeters between two worlds. They're gravely injured, becoming more frail husk the longer they go without treatment. My other guides, all bloody too. None lasted more than a few days. I haven't had a moment to leave their side. They're the first to stumble upon us. Them terrible pain would happen. Human lives must be preserved at all costs, now more than ever. Yeah, human lives must be preserved at all costs, now more than ever. I ain't sure what you're implying, but can't you see that? That's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so most of the people don't know about Earth. Yeah. I'm no doctor, but say the word and I'll lend my hands. Could it be? Yes, yes! The augury anticipated your arrival. I should have seen you for what you are as soon as you approached. Sure you're more capable of look? Are you needing my assistance or not? And what am I exactly? Before all this trouble, the low I hear, spirits as you know them. Okay, I'm not going to try and do an accent. They foretold my fevered dream that a traveler would be coming across our path. Their guiding whispers said a lost wanderer will mend wounds, fill their brain with communing meat. Sounds ominous, but could be me. Lost wanderer I will be. And a lost wanderer I will be. It's settled then. Lend your aid to us now, and I'll do whatever's in my talents to guide you on whatever path you're on. First things first, this realm walker is in desperate need of healing. I haven't been able to forage for the elixir ingredients. If this realm walker doesn't imbibe the proper curative potion soon, the waters of the other side await him. I'll make what remedies I can. Go on, then. It's got my eternal gratitude, Wanderer. If there ever a time for haste, I'd mark it here and now. I'll be waiting. Name's the Devine, in case you need to holler. I'll return with the remedies. Let's see, what do we have? I need great health potion. I got a moderate health potion. What do I need for... Tier 1 essence, bones, and glass. Well, alright, well I can do that easily when I get back to my place. Alright, cool. Cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. Just health potion. Just health potion. Oh wait, is there... Oh yeah, there's a refined alchemical boiler right here. Yeah, I can't make it here. And these quests aren't time, right? Over to the end, skill spiritualist druid named the Divine Sinclair. Yeah, okay, well. Be able to make those back at mine. Pretty easily. Right, bunker entrance. Alright, and Victor Frankenstein is over there. Are you also called Froderick? Oh, hi. Get a little bit of an elevation. Boing. Oh yay, widower spiders. Where's Franklin? Franklin? Where's my boy? Did I lose Franklin? Ah! Hi! Good to know you're following still. Scared the shit out of me. Oh, I'm gonna land right in infestation. I don't think they had a chance to spawn. Alright then. To the lighthouse. It's a Grendel. Oh, it's fine. I'm just over here. Don't worry about it. I was about to say, do not fire at the big-ass giants. Alright, there an entrance, or do I gotta climb? Yep. Yep, we're climbing. Might eventually want to make a lodestar up here. Oh, the entrance was on this side. Right, well that's demonstrably easier. Victor! Ooh, I want a gramophone for my place. Oh, they haven't given him a voice yet. Oh well. Come despise the field work in the autumn life. In the autumn of life, but here... Oh, hang on. Out here, there are no laboratory doors that I can lock myself behind to avoid these persistent disruptions. When the mind is tasked with deliberation, solitude is indispensable. I'm here on behalf of your acquaintance, Nellie Bly. Nellie? Oh, she harbors an angelic spirit. If she knew I needed a hand in spite of being too proud to ask. To aid Nellie's cause, it is the secrets of heaven and earth I desire to learn. Both the outward substance of things and the inner spirits of their nature. I am attempting to ascertain the greater understanding of these pitiable, wandering imitations of life, which many classify as automatons. Well, so we're a scholar, so I would assume... So you're him, Victor, Dr. Frankenstein. You're wondering if the stories are true. They are, and they are not, depending on whose accounts you've read. Captain Robert Walton inserted his own fictions into my story for personal gain. He was a failed writer before his seafaring life and seized the opportunity without discretion or prudence. The demon, as Walton dubbed him, was, perhaps, still is, quite real. Neither my mind or my soul has rested a day since I wielded those powers, which no man should ever wield. What are automatons? I am not yet certain. However, the florid, mystifying complexity of their design leads us to believe they are fate-created. This is further supported by the symmetrical patterns present in their hostile conjurings, balanced, elegant, and in accordance with geometry of certain Fae's own spellcasting. Why are they here now? That is a question they're created. What task are they created to perform? What mechanisms gives them motion? Are the questions I hope to answer. We need a unique oil from them, yes? I'm glad she sent you informed. We are compelled by the makeup of a unique charm oil secreted by the fabled bishop in the swamp gauntlet. This substance is capable of generating profound amounts of electricity. What I'm hoping to uncover is the precise means by which we might be able to obtain this oil without deactivating them entirely. So far, I've gleaned little by glossing over what texts are available. My thoughts are being pulled in two directions, you see, which is not conducive to either the dueling means before me. What is the other task? Before encountering Nellie, I meant to be devoting my time in the realms to a robust study and laborious disquisition on our new common enemy, the Bound. Do you know what they are? Nobody at all knows their origins or intent aside from an obvious desire to eradicate human life from these wilds. All we know so far is that they are not quite alive, similar to the automatons, which leads me to believe they too are Fey animated. The which Fey court may be responsible, and what their reasons may be are complete mysteries. I've taken on a few bound myself, understatement of the year, with some success. Victor Frank said, "Is that so? I wonder if I could enlist your services. You could aid me with my calcularian duties while I continue to examine these automatons. I hate to neglect my duties, as both are of some urgency. Obtaining the oil is tantamount, yet an understanding of the Bound will prove invaluable in the flight ahead. In all honesty, Mrs. Lovelace, Ada Lovelace, is a bit frightening on occasion, but I prefer not to upset her." "Well, I'm at your disposal. My days of pilfering charnel houses are behind me, but to examine life, we must first have recourse to death. A surfeit of samples taken from all Bound classifications will prove essential. The innards that sustain their animate state. Knowing progress is being made on that end, I will take a weight off my shoulders and afford me a break from mental misery needed to impel my knowledge of the automatons. By the time you return, I should have ascertained more details on their bishops. Let's hope, for all our sakes. I will leave you to it." So, Imitations of Life, what do we need for that? The Modern Prometheus, the subtitle, the original subtitle to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I love that. Alright, so we need Arcane Wicks, Bound Fiber, Bound Ichor, Lacunus Ingot, U, Petrified Ichor, which is probably going to take the longest, and we already have Lesser Hollow Metal. And we get regular Hollow Metal, Amber, and 40 Tier 3 Essence. Alright. I want these table and chairs. That's an awesome table. Oh, that's not a lootable chest. Okay, I see you. Arithmometer. Vacuum pump. Difference engine. That seems interesting. Although I'd love to have one in my house again. And also one of these cabinets. And a Tesla coil. A magnifying transmitter. And a telegraph station. Alright. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Right, now, let's... So we need to shoot across this entire place to get our other quest from Edgar Allan Poe. I'm so excited. This will help us cut down on some of the distance. I love how it looks like an actual lighthouse. That's fun. Oh, and I don't think this is material. Never mind, it is. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it a little better from up here. Wow, that's a big-ass cannon. Oh, what the hell am I standing on? Okay. One and a two and a 1, 2. Yeah. Good thing we ate, because we need the stamina to get all the way over here. Oh, cool. Look at that dragon figurehead down there. Oh, that's sick. And I'm starting. Up I go. Edgar Allan Poe, January 1st, 1849, which would have been several months before his historic death. This day, my first on the lighthouse, I make this entry into my diary as agreed upon with Reynolds. As regularly as I can keep the journal, I will, but there is no telling what may happen to a man all alone as I am. I may get sick or worse. So far so well, I had a narrow escape, but why dwell on that, since I am here all safe? My spirits are beginning to revive already, as the mere thought of being, for once in my life at least, thoroughly alone, of course. Neptune, as large as he is not to be taken into consideration as society. Would to heaven that I had ever found society one half as much faith as in this poor dog. In such case, I and society might never have parted, even for the year or years. Certainly captured his cadence of writing, which is cool. Yo! Oh my god, he actually kind of looks like it. Oh wow, look at the animation on that. Doesn't look a day over 40 when he died 40 years ago. Alright, let's not think about that. You are new. A stench of slaughter clutches your aura, but be you Savior or Darkweaver? Savior, certainly. Darkweaver, do you mistake me for bound, or I'm a mere figment of your febrile imagination, sir? Oh my god, we're not gonna do that to poor Edgar. Oh my god, I mean, the guy had an utterly traumatizing life. I mean, we're not gonna do that to him now. Like, god. Savior, certainly. Your confidence does not inspire mine, for I will not be made a fool. Believe nothing you hear, and only one half that you see. I'm loving this. Are you alright, sir? Alright and more than right. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled, whether madness is or not the loftiest intelligence. My senses are sharpened, not destroyed, not dulled, but tell me, why do you say that I am mad? I do not recall saying you were mad. I do not recall saying you were mad. Now, this is the point. You fancy me mad. Madmen know nothing, but see me penetrating your suspicion. Ah! Would a madman be so wise as this, that you mistake for madness is but over-acuteness of the senses? Pardon, I meant not to offend. No, you are certainly mad or not, you look familiar. Pardon, I meant not to offend. Attend your words, for though the teeth of a world of prejudice, well-meanings become curses. This I know too well. What I would give to forget my past, my present, my very name. Okay, that actually leans into it a little bit. As, like, his first poem, he actually used a pseudonym. Or, actually, wait, because... And my headset just died. Okay, give me a second. Could have sworn I charged it last night. It's one of the cheap $20 ones, because my actual, like, decent set bit the dust ages ago. I haven't been able to afford to replace it yet. Alright. But yeah, I'll charge that after. Good thing I keep a wired spare. Just can't let the cat see the wire. He likes the forbidden spaghetti. But yeah, Tamerlane and Other Poems, I think, was one of his first. And he wrote that while he was in the U.S. Army under a fake name, under the pseudonym A. Bostonian, which is actually funny because most people don't know that Edgar Allan Poe was born in Boston. Didn't spend much time there. I think he moved to Virginia after a year after essentially his foster parents never actually adopted him. He spent much of his formative years in the UK. He only really went back to Boston during his days in the Army when he was stationed actually at Fort Independence outside of Boston, which now is a museum and a recreation park for young families. A lot of people go there. So he is also a part of New England history, which is one of the reasons I know so much about him. So, what is your name? Unpick your lips and tell me your own name first. Ha! You cannot. There is truth. Pusillanimity and veracity in names. I have heard that. To put this addled mind at ease, bring me an item of iron, prove yourself no fey or changeling, and I'll prove you who I am. So yeah, he would actually be fairly well versed, because the first place he spent as a child, after he got technically adopted by by two plantation owners in Virginia, they immediately shipped him off to Scotland for grammar school. So yeah, he did not have the greatest young childhood or young adulthood. Alright, I will bring you iron. Not iron alone, but a tool crafted with it, so that I can see your capability to manipulate and employ it. If that's what I must do. Well, congrats, I have something on me with iron, I believe. Yep. Is that a tool of iron you carry? This is no illusion. Black pudding! Oh, does this mean we can make black pudding at some point? Well, I haven't had black pudding in ages. That would actually be kind of nice. Oh, Virginia, no fay could clutch that iron without dreadful anguish. You are immortal, then, which means you are as doomed as I. Merely flesh and blood. Now you owe me a name. I see now that your mind is of one track, but a deal is a deal, that I have hard learned. The name is Edgar. Edgar A. Poe. And I'm Charles Dickens. Who are you really? No, we heard the rumor from Wilhelmina Sassa, so we lend enough credence. Poe, isn't the writers of some 40 years dead? Very same, though dead I am not. I have been chained to this building since yesterday, but yesterday 40 years gone. Time is not what it was. They would not let my physical form deteriorate. They who praise the very vitality of every organ. No. But Reynolds' negligence has doomed my mind to rot under this curse. What's Reynolds? Man, afterwards, a Fey. Trapped in endless sorrow over the loss of my sweet Virginia, I had turned to substances or dreams for sustenance, but eventually Reynolds found me and offered me solace. I denied him at first, but then my dreams manifested, haunted, grotesque monstrosities looming in every shadow, my Virginia, skinned, exposed. Time after time I saw her in all manner of torment, the boundaries of life and death blurred. To escape, I accepted his offer, but his contract, has captured me here. Where is he now? Gone. Perhaps long so. I haven't the faintest notion where he's absconded to, only that his departure was eerily silent as his incessant presence, and I know not which I preferred. With him gone, why don't you run? These legs would have carried me miles across the lands of Fairy if it weren't for the fey bindings that trap my rudimental form. You can trust that I have tried every method to no avail. I have more to ask. Who are they? I dare not speak their name, lest they return with their false feasts of gore and tortured laughter. So probably the Court of Hearts. Yet they never left. They are part of me now. A teratoma latched to my brain, spying my thoughts with its optic tissue. Yet if you trust any of my words, trust this. Should you value your sanity and mine, do not ask me to speak their name. I must know who they are. I beg of you, do not walk this path. At its end lies a fate worse than death. Well, we're already in a fate worse than death, so I might as well double it up. I must know. May the grave's grip seize you before they are allotted the opportunity. Protect me, Virginia. They are the antecedent of nightmares, the antithesis of pleasure, the very bile you spit from your throat. The Court of Hearts, called it, with the Incarnadine herself, their queen. Isis, the mistress of the House of Light. Dread fatigues me even at the utterance of her name. I can speak but a moment longer. I must know. Will you repay my efforts with a favor? Of course, what do you need? Till I complete their cursed story in ink drawn from blood, I will remain imprisoned. Yet, presently, I find myself ill-equipped to perform the task. Reynolds, for all the horrors he beheld, carried a magic with him. So long as he was present, the bound remained latent and the ink never coagulated. But now I find myself without protection, utensil, or ink, and Reynolds is nowhere to be found. If you are willing to fortify my prison with barricades, my soul with the comforts of home, and my pen with the means to craft ink, then perhaps I can complete their story before I lapse once more into the exquisite horror of that protective madness. Return at once. And we now have the poet's writing desk. Yes. Right, and where? Poet's writing desk? Poet's writing desk? It says it's... Oh, here it is. Victorian Dandy Augment. Gives umbrella speed. Gives clothing. Magic 2. Yes. Do this so I can get a better rested bonus later. Alright. So, is it 4 or 5? So these are the beds, so that would be 4. It's a tier 2. Alright, well. Here's 1. Alright, I'll go through and find it afterwards. At least get it set up and write myself a note so I can bring the right amount of materials. Blinding sounds, imitations of life. Alright, where's the other thing? Oh, it's side quest. Here we are. Safety first. All the following unsprung traps. Log barricade. Elegant dining chair. Elegant dining chair. Modest single bed. Ink making set. Can't get on top of the lighthouse. That's sad. Okay, let's do... I'm writing some of this down. Ink making set, where are you? Okay, yeah, that ain't gonna quite fit there. Yeah, we'll just put you, like, right here. That's fine. Unsprung trap, is that here or two? Alright, so I need 4 of those. And a couple of log barricades. Hi. That's enough of that. And now I need log barricade. Actually, I can do that right now. So I need 12 plant fiber. Just make sure there are no Jotun or anything near me. Alright, really? Alright, that's my fault. Well, let's move some of this over. Why do you have hinges? Where the hell did you get these? Let's... Yeah, I don't really need the wheat. And one more. Take care of that right now. Let's get our shickle. Alright, that should do it. Actually, no, Frank. What the hell are you? Alright. I need that tin hinge. Beauteous. Alright, so... hinge. Times 3. Fasteners 4. Ingot 4. Let me up. Let me in. Actually, I should have... Yeah, let's just put some ink in there. Then that's glass 1. Paper 1. Carved wood 2. We'll put that in its own column. Alright, we need some more plant fiber. That's no big deal. Yeah, I'm not gonna use you for that. That would be insane. Lumber. 4. Hide. 6. Let's make that lumber 8. Paint 3. Iron ingot 3. And 2 coated paper. We should have most of that in our storage. So yeah, we'll need to go back, get most of that. I think we should have some extra bound materials in our storage too that we aren't using. Actually, let's finish up the plant fiber. Alright, there we are. And now... Yeah, so we can't go up there, unfortunately. I don't think there's much else. Oh, there's a smelter. A refined smelter. Alright, well. Let's go to respite. Because, yeah, we should be able to get most of our stuff for Ludovine, Victor, and Edgar. Just right from stuff we've been collecting this whole time. And then Danu just requires us going around getting the Woeful Hope echoes. And we gotta go check them out for Puck anyway. That's marble. Alright, where's Franklin? Franklin! No, Franklin! Get back here! Alright, yeah, these are redundant pants. You don't need them. Yeah, we can make these pretty easily again. You know what, just because we're gonna just throw this Synchronous Lotus in the Pepis box. It'd be good to have that just in case. Alright, let's get some of this other stuff out of our inventory. You know what, I can make a couple of these, but I'm just not gonna build them right away. Yeah, definitely gonna redo pretty much all of this when we get the Georgian and greenhouse sets from the watch. Because I know those exist. I don't know what else we can get from the watch. Alright, I'm gonna take... target practice off for now. Let's get Modern Prometheus up. Okay, so I need 3 hinges. Do we have any fasteners? Nope. Fasteners? Nope. Nope. I can get hide. So what do I need? 6? Okay. Well, there's spells we can put away. Don't have much we can put them on at the moment. These make enough room. Butters the gold and salt. Oh! Yeah, I don't think we're gonna... Oh, wait, no, that goes in the charm basket. Put you in the charm basket. Yeah, we should get this recipe later, then. Because I don't know how else to get this. Other than a reward for that one quest. Alright, so... In that case... let's make some tin fasteners. Well, there's an extra one, so into the bucket with you. Right, I need 4 ingots. Four ingots. One glass, 1 paper. One glass. Paper. I need 2 carved wood. Two carved wood. Oh wait, lumber. Lumber 8. 8 lumber. Yum. 3 paint, 2 iron. Oh wait. I thought that was 3 iron ingot. Well, let's just get 3 just in case, so we don't have to come all the way back here. Let's do... here we are. Alright, that's 3 iron. Now paint and coated paper. Coated paper and paint. Wow, that's 3. Okay, well, just so I don't have it taken 3 separate spots. Sandstone. No, let's pigment. Paint. Stone powder, sandstone. Right there. So now arcane wick. Wait, how many arcane wicks? 10. Bound fiber. 10, I believe. Bound ichor, 5. Lacunas ingot. Right, so that is 5. And I just gotta... Thought I just heard a weird noise. Thought that was my cat, but he's sleeping over there. Give me 1 second. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. Huh. Well, that's interesting. It's been spending too much time in the Hallowed Moor. I've been hearing things. Alright, so there's that. I need you. 2 you. To you. Now I need petrified ichor. Oh, I'm gonna need to hunt some bound, aren't I? That's fine. And the lesser hollow. Is one of these. It's Bombardier. It's a regular hollow. I think I only need 2 of that. So that leaves that as... I need 2 petrified ichor. Which we'll just go back to the Hallowed Moor and start shooting stuff. We should be fine with that. Now I just need to make how many health potions? 3. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Let's go over here, take these out, put these in. Alright, that should leave us in a good spot. So we'll take care of Frankenstein's quest first. So that way we can just bebop around the lighthouse and plop things in without having to do it manually, without worrying about it using up all the bound materials instead of the stuff we allotted for it. So to the crossways. portal. Probably should have checked, but oh well. We'll find out in a few seconds. All is ready. All right. Oh, he listened. Okay, so now all we just need to do is hunt some bound. Which I think, yeah, because that's the lighthouse right there. Yeah. No spider, Galumph. I think we'll just go around. Start looking at the battlefield ruins. Oh, hi. Oh, that's fun. No, 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 no. Don't come over here. Please, don't. Refined action pursuit. Okay. Golden Reservoir. We're gonna find the... Read Herodotus, The Unending War. The undying father of history. Okay. The result of the inquiry of Herodotus of Halicarnassus, so that Herodotus, so great and marvelous deeds displayed by the court of the Imperials, not to be forgotten by time, including what was the cause of their unending war with the court of hearts and the reasoning behind their disappearance. The coronary Fays said that the Imperials were the cause of the dispute. These, they say, overstepped their bounds, claiming entire realms for their Empyrean network that had not belonged to them. But the Empyreans do not tell the same story. They say that these realms were gifted by kin, and they never laid claim to them. For my part, I say that this or that story is true, but I shall identify the one who I know did the Empyreans' unjust deeds, and thus proceed with my history. So yeah, that Herodotus. Somewhere too we have... Oh geez, hi. Mournful Hope Echoes. I don't know if they're here in the same place, or like... Ooh, mist berries. if I get another one of those, I can make seeds. Never mind, I can make seeds now. 'Cause I think those have good stats. I'll have to check those later. Hell yeah. That'll be the next thing on my farming docket. Running? Thought I got the infestation. Well, it's neither here nor there. Let's check out the obvious landmark over here. And, okay, well. Well, I should have done this the first time, but... Get the tide. So we got a couple of ships, we got these huge-ass cannons. Yeah, no, this is insane. Alright, does this go anywhere? No, but it counts as I'm being rained on. Alright, well. Maybe... Oh, I can't. In that case... Pursuit buttons. Stamina. Oh, okay. Halfway decent stamina regen. I think that's the main benefit. Don't really need the water spinach. Titanium hammerhead. Okay. We're taking that. We got a ton of ruby. We'll take the pursuit buttons for now. Oh, come on, I'm stuck. A vase. Brass. Charm of fatigue. Let's trade some stuff with you. Amethyst, that's going to be useful. I think it's more that I need spots. Ooh, Essence Trader. Milton! Welcome! Let's see what you're selling. Whoop her up. The singer is defined solely as one capable of producing vocal sounds in melodic succession, then a whooper up just qualifies. However, should quality enter the equation, whooper up falls woefully short. Molisher? The name more often spat than spoken, Molisher is reserved for a paramour of a scoundrel, yet some carrying this badge is a proud declaration of their unwavering devotion to the villain they love. Or a Dimberdember. A free spirit and natural leader, the Dimberdember commands loyalty among those who dwell at the fringes of society. Call them bandits, vagrants, or misfits. A fellow Dimberdember is to walk a different path. Oh, right, I was gonna check. See what you're selling. Any new resources? Sandstone, emerald, crude fabric, fish, paint, copper. Nope. That's just all fine and good, but I don't think we need any of it. Alright, let's go to these ruins. Another Dimberdember. Ow, hi. Uh-oh. Ow. Alright, well, Woo! Oh no, I think I accidentally hit an automaton. Okay, this is... this is bad news for me. Yep, okay, well, shit. Ooh. Ow, fuck. Freaking lamplighters. Always annoying. Oh, and back up. Alright, so I've gotten more than enough of everything else. I still need petrified ichor. Do you have any petrified ichor? Nope. So that's Lacunus. Franklin? Alright, well. So where's the... Oh, the book's up there. Alright, Herodotus. At the turn of the first millennium AD, the Empyrean discovered the facts of which are disputed. The Court of Hearts say they were the victors, and that signaled the end of the unending war. The nomadic sage scholars have found no text that corroborates this. It is their belief that the Empyreans discovered a means to ascend the demiurge, and have not been seen since. After the Empyrean ascension, the coronary Fae subjected the Empyrean network. They abandoned the Hallowed Moor, but left the bound. In the same way, the automatons remained, tasked to eliminate their coronary foe. The unending war continues to this day. The automatons fight as they did centuries ago, choosing rather to serve their absent rulers than till the barren deserts. The Hallowed Moor, in turn, lies devastated, forever racked with war. Jeez. Alright, well, let's go to the next one then. Nothing else? Evidently not. automaton gems. Alright, damn. I can't switch anything with you right now. You know what, screw it. We're not gonna really use this. And we got enough of this now. Let's just extract it. Gives us a couple more spaces. We don't need these. Or these. Or these. So let's just find the book. I'm sorry, oh! Where the hell did he go? Immolation. Oh, no, Franklin. Come on, Franklin! Speak to me! You don't die that easy. It's much more difficult than that. So where the hell is the... last battlefield? This should be it. Should be a book somewhere. Yeah, where's book 2? I also really need petrified acorn. So it's not in the stairs. It's not over here. Hang on 1 second. just wanna... Oh, hello! Thanks for the raid! Don't know why I can't hear it. OBS is doing a thing. Well, anyway, good to see you. If you're not familiar with the channel, hello, 'tis I, Ian. I go by Archaeist on here. I am a real-life archaeologist. I'm also a writer and a content creator. Right now we're playing some Nightingale, which is a survival RPG set in an alternate 19th century, but in the Feywilds. So, yeah. Right now we're trying to find the one last book for this damn quest. Which I have a feeling I'm just blind. It says it's inside a broken part of a wall near the northern part of the ruin. Inside of a broken wall. No, it's just in the worst spot. The Unending War, The Undying Father of History, books 1 through 3. Before the Unending War, the Imperial Network was free, for the kin and lesser fae which used it did not subjugate the sites of power. Now, Oasis, the Queen of the Court of Hearts, and those that belonged to her sought to seize control of the network in the following way. The realms of gloom had always granted the coronaries increased strength, so as you dictated that their siege begin in the Hallowed Moor. She commanded bound armies to strike and positioned prize sentinels at the entrance to deplete Imperial troops. Thus she took possession of the Hallowed Moor, but she could not reclaim it entirely due to the automatons. The automatons, in service of their creators, fought the coronary fae with diligence until the sentinels were defeated and reinforcements arrived. From then on, the war was waged with Empyrean against coronary and automaton against bound. Afraid I'm reading and running. 'Tis bedtime. No worries. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. Have fun and good luck, and thank you very much. And have a good rest. And we're going backwards. Well, considering it's probably going to take us a bit to get the bound petrified ichor, and I'm going to have to leave in a few minutes. I think what we're going to do is we're going to mosey on towards the lighthouse. I think one of the Hope Echoes might be in here. I did not want to pick up the water spinach. Alright, well, we'll take care of that after. We need to hurry on this way. And of course it decides to glitch. Oh, wait. Ah. What did I fill it with? Didn't we already collect this? Oh, okay, well, here. January 1st, Reynolds promised to visit, which sends angst through my chest. I am glad he is not accompanying me. I should never have made any way with my book as long as he is within reach. With intolerable smile, he hides a truly ghastly nature, not to mention that everlasting rogue pipe that stinks of carrion. Besides, I wish to be alone. It is strange that I never observed until this moment how dreary a sound that word has. Alone. I could half fancy there was some peculiarity in the echo of these cylindrical walls, but oh no, this is all nonsense. I do believe I am going to get nervous about my insulation. That will never do. I have not forgotten Reynolds' contract signed in blood. For a scramble in the lantern and a good look around to see what I can see. To see what I can see indeed, not very much. Would that I had brought a pet. Would that have made fine, a silent companion. I have written nothing of my story of the house made of light. It is still my first day. Why worry? Yep, in our world he's been dead for 40 years, but here it's been day. Quite literally. Right, what the hell happened to my glass? I had glass. What the hell? Ah, close enough. Well, I know there's a smelter downstairs. Hopefully I have something. Please tell me there's another gem I can use. Damn, because I'm not going to use the amethyst. You know what? I'm just going to use one of the automaton gems. It's fine. I don't want to run all over the place. Alright, there we are. That's some expensive glass. Alright, speak with Edgar Allan Poe. Alone with naught but my wretchedness is more than I can bear. You did not say so, I know, but I feared you were deserting me, not willingly, but nonetheless surely. May these help undo the curse. Turn in. My salvation, with these gifts I can commit opinions and speculations to parchment, and hence purge my abnormally active mind. I owe you great thanks, though I can feel my lucidity waiting. With haste, pen to parchment. But which words? Towards evening, the sea looked very much like glass. No, not glass. Ichor. Yes, it's all apparent to me now. The waves awash with the viscid blood of all manner of dead. I hear them now. Steady beating of a heart surrounds you. Heh, telltale heart. Oh? No, it is not them. It is her. Oh, Virginia. It is my darling love, a red spectre of what was once beauty, skin sunken and stretched sickly over cheekbone, so tight the veil could tear. I feel her presence within the room, her steady heartbeat, her lustrous eyes empty, black, leaking. They leak, they drip. Not a heartbeat, a drip. Louder, louder, louder! How it pours as she coughs, like spilled blood, ichor, ink. Oh, snap out of it. Bloody claws rasp at the corners of my eyes, maleficum destined to portal me to hell. Silently she comes, harbinger of disease, goddess of misery, queen of hearts, stalking closer with wise feet. Her pinched and sunken outline, her lips of cracked marble that leak corrupt light. Do not look to her light as it pours. No, I'll not let you slip away, Shake Poe. My dear friend, forgive me. I am myself again. This madness comes in fits and bouts, and the lucidity shrinking as time passes, without Reynolds here to beat back the maleficum. I fear I may be lost to this curse for eternity, unable to write. How did Reynolds hold back the maleficum? Ways fair are not meant for man. Reynolds, above all, was certain to maintain that status quo. It must be something you remember him doing. The only definite that remains to recall is the grinding and churning of rows upon rows of teeth. His grinding glints a constant on the peripheral, a grin so diseased it could corrupt the very soul, his caged laughter leaking through enameled bars. No, I'll not think of him any longer. Surely there's some sort of remedy, druid magic perhaps. No magician, although I've heard tell of a particular fruit that grows in this very hallowed moor, a berry filled with miasma known quaintly as mistberry. Well, I have some. It is said that the nectar can cure all forms of malaise. From that bottle I will gladly imbibe. Let's move on to other topics. Where's the heartbeat coming from? What? A fiendish trick of Reynolds, a tribute to my craft, he claimed, but in truth, a vestige of my darling Virginia. Would that I had never written such a haunting tale, would that I had never failed her. Are you suggesting you are a murderer, as your narrator was? Nay, something far worse still. Craven. Time I was convinced that a man is not truly brave who is afraid either to seem or to be, when it suits him, a coward. But now I know that to be nothing more than a falsehood. How did you fail her? Let your judgment be fair, my friend, and know that my actions have already brought much shame. In truth, I turned to the bottle long before my darling Virginia broke the golden bowl. In her ailing, I sought my own disease for strength, and that disease can compare to alcohol. It grows large and intrusive until the original soul can no longer find home in the body that takes flight, and yet, when reason returns in the morning, carrying with it sentiments half of horror, half of remorse, the soul remains untouched, and again does it plunge into excess. Therefore, her Eddie was not there in her final moments, only a soulless facsimile of the man she loved. He's guilty over the fact, well, in real life he died, basically, of alcoholism. Or at least that's what most people think. Alright, so I may have a solution. Pity me, my dear friend. Do not withhold my salvation any longer. Alright, well. If we can, we'll return to this later. But for now, I must be off. Oh, there's an alchemical boiler right here. But anywho, as much as I would like to stay, I must head off of here. So anyway, thank you guys for your coming. Thank you, Bug, again for the raid. If you are not following them, go. They are amazing. They do a lot of stuff. They were doing some Stardew earlier today. So, yep, go check them out on the side there. Otherwise, we'll be back again Saturday or anything else I can manage to do, but I must be off for now. And I will see you guys later. Bye!